Thanks for that, Noah. Well, Vice President JD Vance is on his way to Pakistan, where he will help in negotiations to end the war in Iran. He says he expects a positive outcome. The talks come as the ceasefire remains shaky over disagreements regarding the Strait of Hormuz and Israel's strikes in Lebanon. Natalie Brand has the latest from the White House.
Vice President JD Vance struck an optimistic tone as he headed to Pakistan Friday to lead the U.S. team at talks to end the war in Iran.
We're looking forward to the negotiation. I think it's going to be positive.
But he had a firm warning for Tehran.
If the Iranians are willing to negotiate in good faith, we're certainly willing to extend the open hand. If they're going to try to play us, then they're going to find that the negotiating team is not that receptive.
The talks come as plumes of smoke could be seen along Lebanon's border. Iran insists the U.S. is violating the ceasefire by allowing Israel to continue strikes on Hezbollah targets there. Israel says it will open negotiations with Lebanon as early as next week. The ceasefire is also being tested in the Strait of Hormuz.
Safe passage is secured. Strait of Hormuz is open.
Iran's foreign minister says ships can coordinate with Iran's military to safely travel through the key waterway, but only 3 tankers passed through Thursday.
President Trump said Thursday night on social media Iran is doing a very poor job, dishonorable some would say, of allowing oil to go through the Strait of Hormuz, adding that is not the agreement we have.
We've seen that traffic just drying up.
Matt Smith, lead analyst with Kepler, a data and analytics firm, says it's not just oil being impacted.
It's also a lot of fertilizer, dry bulks. It is clean products. So that is gasoline, diesel, jet fuel. And so it's all manner of things.
As for gas prices, analysts expect they will come down gradually if the upcoming talks go well. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Well, Kevin Hassett, director of the White House's National Economic Council, says future markets were anticipating a rapid reduction in energy prices once the Strait of Hormuz operates normally. Well, at the White House, First Lady Melania Trump delivered a 6-minute statement on Thursday denying ties to Jeffrey Epstein and knowledge of his crimes. The First Lady, while in the White House, asserted that she was not friends with the late convicted sex offender or his accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, but acknowledged communicating with Ghislaine Maxwell in a 2002 email released in Justice Department files. She also denied claims that Jeffrey Epstein introduced her to her husband.
My email reply to Maxwell cannot be categorized as anything more than casual correspondence. I am not Epstein's victim. Epstein did not introduce me to Donald Trump. I met my husband by chance at a New York City party in 1998.
Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick and Microsoft founder Bill Gates are among the high-profile names that are set to testify before the House Oversight Committee in the coming months about their connections to Epstein. Well, in just hours, the Artemis 2 crew will splash down in the Pacific after their incredible history-making journey. While they are close, they're not home yet. One of the most dangerous parts of the mission is still ahead of them. Mark Strassman is at the Johnson Space Center, home of Mission Control.
Artemis 2's translunar thrill ride will come to a splashy finale. Integrity, this crew's Orion capsule, will hit Earth's atmosphere and drop 76 miles into the Pacific. Gravity's reminder to the crew they're home.
I'm going to tell you it's 13 minutes of things that have to go right.
Especially the capsule's heat shield. Integrity will streak into Earth's upper atmosphere at 24,000 miles per hour. It will lose all radio communication for 6 minutes. Temperatures could hit 5,000 degrees. That's half as hot as the sun's surface. Without a functioning heat shield, no crew could survive.
When you saw the cracks of the chunks, what was going through your mind? We've got to understand what happened, and we've got to make tough decisions about how to address it.
Victor Glover's talking about the unpiloted Artemis 1 mission in 2022. This is video looking outside its blistering re-entry. Pieces of the heat shield keep flying off. Engineers later found holes and cracks pocking the shield's outer char layer. A crew would have survived, but it was worrisome.
NASA decided to keep the same heat shield, but modify the trajectory of the capsule's return. They're confident it's the right fix, but it's a lingering concern.
The rate of heat going to the heat shield is going to be different.
Flight Director Rick Henfling will be in the hot seat tonight. He's overseeing Integrity's return.
At what point are you able to exhale?
Once the side hatch is open and we see 4 astronauts sitting on the raft.
Southwest of San Diego, a Navy recovery team's already pre-positioned. NASA's Liliana Villarreal is in charge, responsible for 4 lives and a $1 billion capsule.
We're very good at recovering the capsule, but this is the first time we're recovering the crew, and so we need to make sure that we do this well.
Everyone we talked to at NASA, engineers, flight directors, and the crew, all said the same thing. They had their concerns about the heat shield, but now they're confident. Mark Strassman, CBS News, Houston.
Well, we will be streaming tonight's Splashdown on 5 News Plus starting at 7. 5 News Plus is free for all of your smart devices. If you don't have it, just text the word download or stream to 479-785-5000, and we'll give you the information on how to download it. And because CBS News is broadcasting live for Splashdown coverage, tonight's Wheel of Fortune will air overnight at 1:22 a.m. Well, here in Arkansas, the Supreme Court heard oral arguments in the appeal for Zachary Holly. He's a Benton County man facing the death penalty for the kidnapping and murder of 6-year-old Jersey Bridgman. On Thursday, Holly's counsel argued 2 facts were never presented to the jury during the murder trial. They say Holly has fetal alcohol spectrum disorder and was raped by his brother multiple times. His counsel argued those facts being presented to the Benton County jury would have changed the outcome of the case.
And that there were devastating consequences of those repeated rapes. Those 2 facts, individually and in concert with one another, would have changed the outcome of this case had a jury been presented with that evidence. And Zachary Holly would not be on death row.
The state argued the fact-finding in the lower courts was done properly and the jury's decision was ultimately correct. You can find our past coverage on the Holly case on our website, which is 5newsonline.com. Well, Springdale-based company has officially opened its new headquarters. Teslar is a company that helps banks track and handle loans and deposits. The company's CEO says it's the behind-the-scenes stuff that you don't see when you go to cash a check. The software is in 34 state banking companies, and they're looking to expand.
All of our team is here, based in Northwest Arkansas, and so to me it's establishing a business that feeds and takes care of its employees and teammates and just continues to grow the area. And that's why we've invested in building a headquarters here. I'm from here, I was born in Fayetteville, went to high school in Pea Ridge, went to U of A, and just investing back in the community that invested in us.
Headquarters are located near Arvis Ballpark. The facility includes basketball and pickleball courts and a fitness center.